Welcome back to Ace and Asper. Ace is behind the camera today. I am Asper. Today I'm going to show you my personal routine of how I wash and do my hair on a regular basis. It's kind of going to be slightly different because obviously normally I do my hair in the shower, but it's going to be a pretty good rendition of what products I use, what works for me, what I like, how my hair turns out after I'm done, and I'll even show you what style I'm going to put it in. So let's get started. Okay, so normally when my hair is straight like this, I leave it straight for a while. It'll stay straight as long as I leave it straight. But as soon as I put like some water on it, it'll start to revert. I'll insert a picture of how I wear my hair after it's kind of gotten old and lost its curls. I'll put a picture somewhere in here of how I did my hair recently and what styles I do with my hair when it's straight, but it doesn't really have a style to it anymore. So I'll include that. I don't always wear it up in a messy ponytail like you guys have normally seen. So right now I'm going to get started. I am going to spray my hair with some water so that it starts to revert.
Okay, so at this point in the video, guys, I'm going to step in and kind of do a voiceover to tell you guys what's going on. So I am spraying my hair. Brandi is getting a nice close-up of that. Don't be scared if your hair doesn't revert immediately. Like I've mentioned before, I go to 2 different hairdressers. The hairdresser I went to get my hair done this last time, she gave me a nice hard press and she gave me a trim. Typically when she presses my hair, it does not get curly as soon as it gets wet. So don't worry, your hair will revert. And here I am applying my favorite shampoo of choice, which is the Main Choice. And I will put a link in the description of where you can buy that at and what kind it is. But the Main Choice is my favorite shampoo. The kind that I'm using here is the Easy on the Curls Detangling shampoo. And this is my hair fully shampooed. I missed a chunk, but don't worry. Brandi helped me out. So my hair was really greasy, so I shampooed twice, which is the normal amount of time that I shampoo, and that usually does the trick. I love that shampoo because, as you can see, my hair is still nice and shiny. It doesn't look stripped or dry afterwards. And now I'm going to go in with the conditioner, which I'm kind of showing there, but I'll put a link in the bio for that too. If you're a natural and you've been a natural for a while, you already know what that is. It's the Aussie Miracle Moist Conditioner, and it's typically really cheap, which is why I love it. I use a lot of it. It's somewhere around $6 or $7. It comes in a huge bottle, and it's great if you are a natural on a budget, because natural hair products can be so expensive. I really like this product because it makes finger detangling super easy, which is what you see me doing here. I always go in and finger detangle first because I feel like I get a better idea of what kind of tangles are in my hair when I can actually feel them, and I feel like it causes less shedding when I do it this way. And then later on you'll see me go in with my Tangle Teezer, which is going to be in the next clip, to detangle my hair. So here I am with my Tangle Teezer, and I am ready to detangle my hair. It's not as difficult as it looks, guys. It actually is going through pretty easily. It's just that my hair is super thick. Like, it's super thick. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but there is a lot of hair on that head. So it takes some strength to go all the way through each section, but it is sliding through nice and easily after I've finger detangled. you're gonna see in a couple minutes. I'm probably gonna buy a Tangle Teezer that has a handle to it, because even though I love the Tangle Teezer, the one that's in this shape tends to slip out of my hands, especially when they're wet. So, and you'll see that in a couple of seconds. It's just gonna like go flying. It's absolutely hilarious. Okay, I have rinsed out my conditioner, and I say that very loosely, very tongue-in-cheek, because I definitely leave a little conditioner behind whenever I rinse out my hair. Unless I'm pressing it, I always leave a little conditioner behind. I don't know, I feel like it keeps my hair moisturized and shiny. I could be wrong. This is just my personal preference. So now I am about to start styling. So I'm parting my hair, and just a note, you guys, I am in a super rush. I am about to leave the house in the next 30 minutes. So this is probably one of the fastest wash days that I've ever done in real life. It only took us an hour to film this. And I'm just sectioning off my hair because I'm gonna put it in some plaits to install a half wig on top of it. Normally I don't typically install a wig as soon as I wash my hair, but because I had to leave the house in the next 30 minutes and it's cold outside and I didn't want to get pneumonia, I decided to opt for a protective style that would kind of cover my head and wouldn't cause me to get sick from having my hair wet. Just getting a clip to clip that up. And don't judge me, guys. I'm about to put a braid in my head. It is not the cutest, but like I said, I'm in a rush, and I'm just gonna braid the top portion, and then I'm going to twist the bottom, because we're looking just to kind of cover the ends and to get this done as quickly as possible and to get out of the house as quickly as possible. And this is the fastest way I know how. So enjoy my braiding. My braiding very badly. And yeah, you guys go ahead and watch and enjoy that part. I detangled my hair again with a wide tooth comb. I'll put a link for that in the description as well. I'll see if I can find one. But when I tell you take anything from this video, it's detangle, detangle, detangle. The worst thing is not detangling your hair enough while it's in its wet, natural, curly state, and then having your hair get matted up, or having a hard time taking down your braids when you're ready to move on to the next style. It's just the absolute worst. So that's my advice. Definitely make sure you detangle your hair a few times. Things that I almost forgot to mention was what I used. I put some moisturizer in my hair. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I also used the Main Choice Deep Hydration Softening Milk, and I will put a link for that in the bio as well, or the description as well, just as an extra addition to protect my hair, to give it some moisture. I don't use the LOC method or any sort of method that requires me to use oil. I use oil very infrequently in my hair, and this is a personal preference because I was told by a natural hair specialist a few years ago that I have an S-curl type hair, or that's the type of curl pattern I have. It's an S-curl. She said that the oil and different products like butters and things just slip off of my hair. They just sit on top. They don't do anything. So I don't typically use oil. Now, as you can see, I'm going in with my Eco Styler gel, which is my gel of choice when my hair is wet. And I am about to do my edges. I put on my little wig cap because I'm going to apply a wig. Like I said, I'm opting for the safest protective style that's going to keep me from getting pneumonia in the middle of the winter while I'm about to leave the house in the next 20 minutes or so. And I always recommend when you're using Eco Styler gel to make sure that your hair is wet. I feel like it stays better when your hair is wet while using it. At least that's how it works for me. I get a nice slick look to my hair when I use my Eco Styler gel when my hair is wet. When I use it when my hair is dry, it doesn't last as long, and it doesn't give me the same look. A lot of times my hair curls up a lot more, but when I use it when it's wet, not only do my edges stay for a good few days, I don't have to redo them, but it's just a nice slick look, and it looks a lot nicer when I do them while they're wet. Sometimes even if my hair is dry in itself, I'll re-wet my edges with some water before I apply the Eco Styler gel so that I can get that slick look on my edges. And the reason why I'm doing my edges so big and swoopy, I know some people don't like that. I actually, well, it depends on the day, but I actually really like big edges depending on the style that I'm doing. But for the style of this wig, you're gonna see that it matches perfectly. I want it to look like I have big curly edges, loose curly edges, because the wig that I'm going to apply has more of a loose curl pattern, looser than mine. And so I want my edges to kind of match the curl pattern of the wig so that it looks natural. Getting those sideburns with the Eco Styler gel. And I guess I can tell you guys a little bit about the wig that I'm about to use. It's actually a handmade synthetic wig. I will put the information in the description about who I got to make it, and how you can find one yourself. The person doesn't have a website just yet, but she hand sews wigs, and the wig that I have is a synthetic curly wig. But what's so awesome about this wig is that it can be pressed and straightened up to 400 degrees, and it was only $50. Now admittedly I probably got a discount, but it was only $50. It has a really nice curl pattern to it. It can be pressed and straightened up to 400 degrees. Like I said before, you can also add mousse and water to it to, kind of reactivate the curls or make it look, some people like the more tame look of the curly hair. I personally like big hair, and again, gonna say this for like the 50th time, I was in a super rush, so curly big hair was gonna work just fine for me, because as long as it looked good, it didn't bother me that it was super big. I like big hair, and that's how I left it. But you can certainly add water to it, or your favorite styling mousse, or you could even take a hot comb to it and kind of like lay it down a little bit, whatever you want to do. But I didn't choose to do that because that's not what I wanted to do. Also, this wig has 2 really large combs in it. I'm not like a wig connoisseur, but this half wig had 2 really big combs in it. I'm just showing off to Brandi. I just had to show her, like, look at me. I look so cute. It looks so natural. But anyway, this wig had 2 really big combs in it, one at the back, one at the front. At this point, I haven't put the comb in at the front, so it's not secure yet. But once you put the combs in on both the back and the front, when I tell you this wig is not going anywhere, it also has straps to tighten it. So those straps were already tightened before I applied the wig, because I got to try it on beforehand. So they were already tightened to my head size, and now I'm just going to put a headband over it and kind of wear it like a headband wig, because it's fast, it's easy, it's cute, and we're doing a 1-hour wash day, and we're gonna get out of the house pretty soon, so we just need to hurry up and do something that makes us look presentable. So I'm just adjusting my headband to show off my edges. You're gonna see me probably go in and fix my edges a few times because they are still wet. When they're wet like that, I don't need to use a scarf to lay them down. Like I said, when my edges are wet and I use Eco Styler gel, they stay like that. I don't have to put a scarf on them to lay them down or to get them to stay where they're supposed to stay, because they already are kind of not gonna move unless I touch them. And then once they dry, once the water dries up, they're not gonna move at all. Like, those edges are not going anywhere. So I'm just fixing them since they're still wet and they're still malleable. I'm just fixing them to kind of peek out of my headband and make it look more natural. And now, as you can see, I am feeling myself. I think I look so cute. And now I'm like, oh man, all I need is some makeup and I'll just be absolutely fabulous. But I don't have time for that. So this is the final product. Like I said, all the information about the wig and the products will be linked in the description.